America and its national park system are full of underground wonders, from South Dakota's Wind Cave to the largest cave system in the world at Mammoth Cave National Park. However, although Wind and Mammoth Cave are official national parks, not every cave in the system has that coveted title. Today we're looking at some hidden gems of America's underground. Let's go! Starting off less than 30 miles down the road from Wind Cave National Park, Jewel Cave National Monument provides another fascinating look at South Dakota's underground. Despite being over 215 miles long, with more passages still being discovered to this day, experts believe it does not connect to Wind Cave. Jewel Cave was originally explored as a potential mining operation by brothers Frank and Albert Michaud. The brothers were interested in selling crystals harvested from the cave, but this proved unsuccessful. Determined to utilize the cave they had claimed, the Michauds pivoted to offering cave tours instead. President Theodore Roosevelt officially declared Jewel Cave a national monument in 1908, but the park's first ranger-led tours wouldn't happen until the late 1930s. The modern expanse of Jewel Cave only began to be mapped out in the 1960s. Herb and Jan Kahn, who went on to explore large sections of Wind Cave as well, mapped out much of today's modern tour routes, as well as deeper passages that very few people will ever see. It is believed that the 215 miles of passageways that have been discovered so far could be as little as 3% of the total extent of the cave. The scenic tour, Jewel Cave's most popular activity, takes visitors on a half-mile loop beginning in the cave's target room. The path explores several of the cave's features, including the crystals that gave it the Jewel name. For a more unique experience, the park also offers a historic lantern tour, emulating the original MPS tours of the 1930s. This tour uses the older historic entrance and wooden ladder-like steps in some spots. No matter which way you choose to explore, Jewel Cave provides a fascinating look beneath the South Dakota wilderness. Heading southeast to Alabama finds us at Russell Cave, the state's third longest mapped cave. While visitors cannot tour deep into the underground wonder like at Jewel Cave, the self-guided tour of the Cave Shelter Trail takes visitors to the mouth of the cave for a different kind of attraction, an archaeological site from the mid-1950s. The Smithsonian Institute led the archaeological expedition, which recovered over 2 tons of artifacts dating back to as early as 10,000 BCE. In fact, Russell Cave is believed to have been home to a variety of inhabitants from then all the way to 1650 CE. The artifacts removed from the Smithsonian expedition showcase a vast array of human experiences in the American Southeast from an almost 12,000-year span. While the user-accessible portion of the cave may be far from the impressive depths it reaches, it is for good reason. Russell Cave is much less safe than other more well-developed caves like Jewel Cave due to its ability to flood through the lower entrance. This means maintaining paved paths like those found in other caves would be impractical. Additionally, the formations inside the cave are vulnerable to the flooding as well, meaning that the more fragile structures will not last for years of cave tours. Finally, the fungus that caused white nose syndrome, a disease that affects hibernating bats, has been found in the cave. Caves with this fungus are often closed to visitors to prevent it from spreading to other bat populations. For more on white nose syndrome, click the card in the upper right-hand corner. Just because the cave itself is closed doesn't mean that there isn't plenty to do at Russell Cave National Monument, though. The Russell Cave Museum inside the Visitor Center offers visitors the chance to explore many of the artifacts recovered from the cave and learn what they meant to the people from each of the southeastern prehistoric time periods. The Visitor Center also offers a junior ranger program like many national park units to help visitors both young and old learn more about the cave and its history. A 1.2-mile nature trail explores the grounds of a national monument, letting visitors experience the same surroundings as the people who lived in the cave centuries before. Russell Cave offers a fascinating insight into human history and demonstrates the instrumental role caves have played in the story of humanity. Our final stop takes us out west to the lava tube caves of Malpais National Monument. Unlike Jewel and Russell Caves, slowly carved out by underground water, the caves of Malpais were formed by glowing lava. Rivers of lava once ran through the volcanic field of what is now Malpais. Exposed to the cool relative to the molten rock, New Mexico air, the layer of lava on top cooled first, hardening to solid rock. When the still molten lava below flowed onward, it left behind formations known as lava tube caves. Instead of a large connected cave, Malpais consists of hundreds of smaller caves spread throughout the park. The caves of Malpais were incredibly useful to those that discovered them. In contrast to the New Mexico heat, the caves were able to maintain much cooler temperatures. In fact, some caves in the area hold ice year-round. Malpais' name comes from Spanish explorers, translating to the Badlands or Bad Country. In the 1930s, New Mexico became one of the few places still available under the Homestead Act, which allowed potential settlers free land in exchange for a 5-year commitment to improve and inhabit that land. This led to many staking claims in what is now the National Monument and building their homes there. Today, the remains of some of these structures can be found around the land of El Malpais. Caving the park is allowed, but it is a strenuous activity. Permits are required for most caves, and reaching the caves requires both long hikes and drives down unpaved roads, some requiring 4-wheel drive. One of the most rewarding caves to visit is Lava Bomb Cave. This particular cave features a skylight formed when a molten ball known as a lava bomb was launched from a nearby volcanic vent into the cave. The projectile can still be seen on the cave floor today. For an easier caving experience, the Junction Bridge Cave gives visitors a taste of what lava tube caves are like, with no permit required and just a quarter-mile hike. El Malpais provides a fascinating look into the effects of volcanic activity on the American West, and a challenging adventure for those willing to make the trek to the fascinating lava tube caves. Thank you for taking the time to explore some lesser-known caves with us. The national park system is full of wonderful sights, even if they aren't all officially called national parks. Look around, because you never know what fascinating natural and historical wonders may be just minutes away. We hope you'll join us next time for more history and adventures, but until then, this has been RAC Adventures discussing caving in the national park system. Thanks for watching.